So then guys, it does sound like in 2025 we could be getting an update to the Mac Mini with having an M5 and an M5 Pro put inside of it. And today I want to give you all the details about this little Mac Mini that we got released last year in 2024 and what kind of big changes we're going to see with it. But first of all, let's quickly talk about where we are currently with the Mac Mini. So like I said, back in 2024, we got a big update to the Mac Mini. We got a new design for it for the first time in around about, say, 12, 13 years. A brand new form factor design. It's a little bit thicker than the last generation design, but obviously it is far, far smaller. And it is essentially a mini Mac Studio. It's a really, really great device. And to be honest, it's been absolutely fantastic to get as your first Apple device out there, especially for the price it comes at. It starts at $599 US for a Mac Mini with an M4 inside of it, giving you 16 gigabytes of RAM, giving you 256 gigabytes of storage. And to be honest, since then, you could pick it up even way cheaper. You know, with Amazon Prime Day deals and things like this, you could even pick up one of these for about $450 now. It's absolutely crazy for what you get with this. It's a fantastic deal out there. Obviously, you've got the M4 chip inside of this, and this is super powerful, more than enough for most people's needs out there. But if you want to, you can even go up to the M4 Pro inside of it. This one does put the price up a little bit more, but obviously you do get more storage, you get more RAM and things like this inside of it. And obviously that does start out $1,400, but the same situation, you can pick these up for about $1,200 or about $1,150 in some cases that I've seen around. So it's a great price range for the M4 Pro and the amount of power that you get with it. But then for the next generation of the Mac Mini, are we going to be seeing one in 2025? That's the big question. Is it going to be skipped out altogether? Because at the end of the day, this has happened in the past where we had the M1 Mac Mini, the M2 and M2 Pro Mac Mini, no M3 and straight to M4. Well, we've had this leak in right here giving us a roadmap of what products that could be coming out in 2025 to 2026. And you can see right here that the Mac Mini with an M5 Pro is on the top of the list here. It is going to be coming out this year. Now, this list doesn't actually show a Mac Mini M5, but I cannot see this. What Apple would do is just upgrade the Mac Mini with the M5 Pro and leave the M4 altogether. If they are going to keep the M4 Mac Mini, maybe they'll reduce the price down a bit, but they'll bring out, say, the M5 normal with this. Similar to like what they did with the MacBook Air last year. We did have the M2 MacBook Air, and then we also had the M3 MacBook Air sold together at the exact same time. This is a potential what Apple could also do here. So yeah, there is that potential there. But the thing what I take away from this is that it does look like that a new Mac Mini is coming out, and the most sort of obvious sort of time for it to actually come out would be at the same time that the M5 chip is being introduced. Now, we've been told the M5 chip has been created and it's in the works now to be put in new devices like the iPad Pro, the MacBook Pro. So more than likely that this is going to be kind of October or November time when there'll be an event for that. And this is where we could see the new Mac Mini. Now, if it doesn't come out around this time, because maybe the MacBook Pros and the iPad Pros are stealing the show, maybe Apple might do a soft release, but that would be in the early part of 2026. That is the next time we could actually see it. So this could be, say, probably about February or kind of March sort of time. But personally, I still think it will come out this year in 2025, end of October, beginning of November time. But like I said, worst case scenario, it'd be about 2 or 3 months later, you know, in kind of February or March sort of time, and you know, early kind of February or early kind of March time. That's when most likely we'd be getting the update to it. But then for the actual price wise, well, personally, I don't think anything is going to be changing there either. You know, the benchmark has been set at $599 US for the M4 Mac Mini. The M5 is looking likely to be one of the biggest changes to be put inside the Mac Mini, what I'll go on to in just a moment about the details about that. But I think it would still start at $599 US with 16 gigabytes of RAM and also that lowest amount of storage too, 256 gigabytes. It would just be the M5 put inside. And the same with the M5 Pro. Probably the price would still start at $1,399 US, but obviously just been changed out to an M5 Pro. Storage and RAM would all stay exactly the same there. But first, just quickly, I want to tell you about the giveaway we're doing on this channel at the end of September time this year, and it's for this iPad Pro you're seeing. And one lucky subscriber is going to get their hands on it. And this iPad Pro is a spec'd up model. It is the 13-inch model of the OLED iPad Pro, and then it's also got 1 terabyte of storage. And if you know anything about an iPad Pro with 1 terabyte storage, that means it's got the top spec M4, so it's got the 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU. It's also got 16 gigabytes of RAM, and then on top of that too, this is the cellular Wi-Fi model. And like I said, I'm giving it away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway, it's quite simple at this stage. Just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to still get in 2025. Maybe it will be a new iPad, maybe it'll be a new MacBook, maybe it'll be a new AirPods, iPhone. Put it down in the comments below. It could be even something nothing to do with Apple, Nintendo Switch 2, or something else. Like I said, put it down into the comments below right now. Now, the other part of the giveaway will be happening at the end of September time. And this is where I'll be making a video giving you even more details, including the form to fill in around that time. So the best thing you can do right now is subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell because you want to get that video. Plus, you also want to be a subscriber too, because obviously I'm giving this away to a subscriber. The last thing I want to quickly say about this giveaway is that sadly there are still scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. So, like I said, the M5 and the M5 Pro look like they're going to be coming inside of the Mac Mini, but what kind of performance changes are we going to see there? Well, what I would be saying, I'm going to start to mainly focus on the M5 here. This is where I think the biggest change is going to happen. We are probably going to see just additional GPU cores this time round for the M5 chip, because at the end of the day, the M5 or the M4, the M3, M2, M1, we actually had the same amount of GPU cores the last 3 generations. The M1 actually had 8-core GPU, or up to that. And then with the M2, we got 10 cores, and it stayed the same, like I said, for M2, M3, M4. Obviously, with the M4, we've got more CPU cores, more efficiency cores, but we didn't get any changes to the actual GPU cores. So the logical thing to do is up the GPU cores by probably an additional 2. So we'd probably get 12 GPU cores and a 10-core CPU made up of those 6 efficiency cores and 4 performance cores. But overall, the actual performance of the M5 over, say, the M4, it would probably be around about a 25% gain in power with everything combined together. CPU, GPU, NPU, you get the idea. But the amount of RAM, like I said, 16 gigabytes of RAM as the baseline would probably still stay exactly the same. But one other benefit you would also get with the standard M5 compared to the standard M4 is that we'd also get Thunderbolt 5 capability this time round. Obviously, we got Thunderbolt 4 with the M4 standard, the M4 Pro and the M4 Max. They got Thunderbolt 5, but we'd get that this time with just the standard M5. So this will be really, really good to see. This means that's 120 gigabits per second transfer speeds on the USB-C. So this will be really good to see that Apple introducing this into the likes of the Mac Mini. But then for the M5 Pro, well, things are going to probably change here too with the amount of cores we're going to get inside of it. This time, if you didn't go for the bin version, you went for the full M5 Pro, well, it'll probably be up to a 16-core, you heard me right there, 16-core CPU. So this is an additional 2 more cores that we would get in the CPU, and they are probably going to be performance cores. So what we'd actually essentially get is we'd get 4 efficiency cores and 12 performance cores inside of it. It would be absolutely amazing. And then also right now we have up to 20 cores with the actual GPU element with the M4 Pro, but this will probably be going up by 2 more cores again, so up to 22 cores with the GPU. So yeah, definitely more performance there. And like I say again, probably on average around about 25% gain in speed, you know, what we'd get over the GPU, CPU, NPU all combined together. Like I said before, probably the RAM and the storage amounts would stay exactly the same though for that. But really, those are probably the only changes that we're going to see with the new Mac Mini M5 and M5 Pro. Are you excited for this? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.